Hi Yeonsu, this is David, and this is a overview of how I met James and ultimately how I met you. Um, First of all, we're at our homepage, Solomon's Porch, hk.com. This is my church in Hong Kong, and my church came from a Korean church in Hong Kong. So our churches have joint mission trips sometimes. So a few years ago, I went on the Korean church mission trip to Jeju-do. Where is it? Sorry, give me a moment. Okay, and this was 2010, 3 years ago, and we had a good time. And oh, there's the pastor. And we led English camp in Jeju-do. And then I had such a good time, and I was impressed so much that summer I went back and joined the same church in Jeju-do to teach English for, I think, was it 2 weeks? I forget. It was a week or two. And so I went on a mission trip again to Jeju-do that summer in 2010. And that was really a blessing. And that's when I first met James, because James was visiting Jeju-do, and he was at the church at the same church, and I met him briefly, and we exchanged email. And so we just started talking for a while, and then a year later, he emailed me and said that your church's mission team that was going to South Africa, they would stop over Hong Kong, and they wondered if I could show them around for a day. And so I did, and I took them around. Hey, there's Steve. And I took your team, I guess your youth group. I think this was a youth group mission trip. Oh, there's Esther. And I took them to all over Hong Kong. And then the following day, Steve, because he lost his passport, he stayed in Hong Kong, and I helped him that day to get a new passport so he could join your team in South Africa. So Steve and I spent a good day together, and James bought me that shirt too, by the way. Well, I think I met your mother on this mission trip. I think she went on this mission trip. Anyway, so I think James and the church was very thankful that I helped them out, not only that day but also with Steve. So then they invited me to join them in Daegu. So I went to Daegu. Oh look, there's Steve and me again, and we had a good time. And there's James and me. And this is a really good cafe, by the way, De Tasse. Big fan. Wow, beautiful place. And that was the no, actually, that wasn't the last time I saw James. I think I saw James later as well. But anyway, so I returned the favor, and it's I'm very sad about what happened to Steve. I miss him. I love him, but he's in a much better place now. So basically, that's how I met James, through going to Jeju-do and then assisting your church when you guys came to Hong Kong. And then when I went back to Daegu to return the favor. And I think that's about it. And I guess that's how I met you. Bless you. Good evening.